Hey Van Heist, welcome back to another exciting week of Art with me, Mr. Lynch. This week we're going to be looking at another story. Some of you I've already read the story to. It's called Beautiful Oops. Now in this story, all sorts of mistakes and accidents happen. Paper is being torn and crumpled and folded and spilt on. But in the story, the creator or artist is able to take each of those accidents and turn them into something really, really interesting. And I thought it would be cool if I took some of the ideas from that story and we applied it to our art project this week, which is going to be what I'm calling the Van Heist Oops Zoo. That's right, we're going to be taking accidents and mistakes and turning them into our very own zoo animals. You want to learn how? Keep watching. Alright, so for this project we're going to need some materials. You're definitely going to want something to draw with. You're going to need something to put paper together like tape or glue. Glue stick I think would be the best. And then we're just going to need some pieces of paper. Now it doesn't have to be construction paper like me. You could use regular old notebook paper, computer paper, magazines, newspaper, cardboard, cereal boxes, you name it, you could pretty much use it for this project. So first thing we want to make sure of is we have one clean sheet of paper to act as our base. Now we are making a beautiful oops zoo. That means that we are going to fill this whole paper up with different types of oops animals. Now in the beautiful oops book, one of the first animals that I noticed were penguins. And to make an oops penguin, we're actually going to take some sheets of paper. And now to make a penguin, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these corners and we're going to fold them this way, just like this. Zoop, 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 zoop. All right, now we want to first create, I'm going to grab my black marker, we're going to create the penguin's eyes just like this. Zoop, zoop. I'm going to color in the tip of that beak. Meow, meow, meow. And I'm going to draw out its body underneath it because sometimes we accidentally will fold paper corners just like this, but this lesson is all about being okay with making some accidents and turning something like a folded corner into something useful, like a little penguin for our zoo. So maybe I'll color in the rest of my penguin with a purple marker. You know, I can make a purple penguin. This is my zoo. And there I have it. One paper penguin made from an oops fold. I could do a few of these too. I'm actually gonna cut my penguin out and I'm gonna bubble cut around my penguin. That means not cutting exactly on the line, just like this. There's one penguin for my zoo. That was pretty fun. I think I'm gonna try a few more. All right, so I've got my nice little penguin family right here. And my next oops project, what I'm gonna try is, I'm gonna tear some strips out of this. I'm gonna make 3 different strips of paper by dripping it. Here we go. I have an idea, I know. Which animal do you know that has a super duper long neck? If you said a giraffe, you would be right. I'm gonna cut these down a little bit smaller. I'm gonna see if I can make a family of giraffes. Make sure you're getting the glue all the way to the edges. I'm gonna put down like this and make sure to press, press, press so there's no peel-ups. I think I'll do one at a time. Now there is my one strip of paper. Now to make my giraffe, I'm gonna give it some ears up here with my marker. I'm gonna give it those horns that giraffes had on top of their heads. And I'm gonna give it a long snout like this. Some eyes, some nostril, and a smile. And for my giraffe's body, I'm gonna make sort of like a potato shape. Give it a little tail. And some long legs. With a little tiny 2 toes at the bottom. There's my giraffe. Now, I'm gonna do that one more time. Maybe I'll just make 2 giraffes. Okay, now, let's see, what else could I make? I know what I wanna make. I have some random paper like this. I'm actually gonna do a little bit more tearing. I'm gonna rip a chunk of this paper off. And I'm gonna try crumpling this paper up into a ball. If we normally crumple paper, we might say, oops, I crumpled it. But this time, I'm gonna crumple it up nice and small. I'm gonna see if I can turn this into an animal. Let's see, this might require, I might have to get a piece of tape for this one. Take my tape and I can roll it over like this to make a little tape loop. You might want to ask a parent to help you with that part. Stick it to my little crumpled ball of paper and plop it right there. All right, my little crumpled ball is now going to become a tiny little lamb. Maybe this lamb seems like more like something you'd see in a petting zoo. I think I'm gonna make a couple more of those. All right, this is looking pretty good. I have my penguins, my giraffes, my sheep. So now, my paper is getting pretty full, so I think I'm gonna start putting up some fences. So my animals at the zoo have their own little areas. So I'm gonna put a line right around the penguins like this, with 2 lines that come down like that, and another line the same shape, and that way the penguins know where to stay. All right, you can see I've added a few more details. We've got all of the animals in their own habitats. I even included a little spot so you could put a quarter in and get some food to feed to the giraffes or the penguins or the lambs. Now, at the very top of the page, I left a little space so I could write my M-Y, oops, O-O-P-S, zoo, Z-O-O. I'm gonna put a box right around that. And the reason we call it our Oops Zoo is because we made each of these animals by either tearing paper, folding a corner, or crumpling something up. Sometimes that would make us say oops, but today we are turning those oopses into beautiful oopses and turning these into our very own Oops Zoo. All right, I hope you had fun, Van Heist. I can't wait to see what you create for your Oops Zoo. I will be talking to you again during our synchronous lesson. See you soon.